Details channel, and finally it is time for another Vicky Does Disney Dining vlog. Woo, it's been a hot minute since I did one of these. So yeah, if you are new to my channel, you haven't seen any of these before, I am trying to recreate some of our favourite snacks, drinks and tonight meals from Walt Disney World from our holiday in 2018. Well, from all our holidays that I've done really. Yeah, so tonight I am trying to recreate the maple glazed salmon that I had in Cellier in EPCOT. I'm a little bit worried because if this goes wrong, we haven't got dinner. We're going to have to go and have a takeaway. But yeah, I'm going to do my best because it was one of the best things. It's definitely the best salmon I've ever had in my life. It was one of my favourite meals. If you can hear any noises going on behind the camera, it's because Rich is filming me today and he's got a little bit of a cold, bless him. So if you hear any coughs and sneezes and the camera suddenly shakes, it's because Rich isn't very well. But yeah. Right, let's get going. So here are the ingredients for tonight's dinner. I've got some salmon. These are 2 pieces of salmon. This recipe is, I think, for 4, but there's only 2 of us, so there's just going to be a lot of sauce. So I've got 2 salmon fillets. They are skin on and boneless. The recipe didn't necessarily say whether you needed it skin on or skin off, but I'm pretty sure it came with skin when I did it. So yep, gone for that. We have some pecans, which I'm going to have to chop up shortly. There's 1 cup of those. We have some honey, going to need a tablespoon of that. We have a 1/4 cup of normal sugar. We have a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar. We have a 1/4 cup of apple juice, a cup of maple syrup, Canadian style. Pretty much used the entire bottle of this Tesco Finest maple syrup, which was like 6 quid. Expensive. We have some salt, which we will need just a little bit of, and we have some unsalted butter, which I will need a tablespoon of. I just haven't. It's been in the fridge, so it's like rock solid, so I'm just leaving it out to kind of cool down. We have my phone, that's not going in the recipe, that's just there. And then we have some oil for cooking. So yeah, that is everything we will need. So I'm going to start by making the maple glaze, for which I need a saucepan. Drinking wine while I cook. That's how we do it. Cook wine. Cook wine? Drink wine while you're cooking your dinner. Right, so I have a saucepan. I have my maple syrup, so I'm going to put the maple syrup in a saucepan. So this is for the maple glaze. So I'm just going to put it on sort of a medium-ish heat. Pop that in there. I'm thinking there's only like a teeny tiny bit left in my bottle, so I'm just going to shut that in. I'm now putting the 1/4 cup of the light brown sugar is going in, and 1 tablespoon of the honey. I need a tablespoon. And that's 1/2 tablespoon. So we'll just do 2 of those because there's 1/2 tablespoon and we need a tablespoon. So this is a deceptively simple recipe. When I've read it through like 5 times and it seems pretty simple. So I'm hopeful that nothing will go wrong, but this is me we're talking about, so I'm sure it will. Chuck that in the wash. Right, so now I just need to stir this and let it warm up until all the sugar and everything is all incorporated.
Like the monsters.
Like the monsters. Monsters, oh my goodness, Monsters Inc. Okay, so I think all my sugar has dissolved. So I need to keep this warm until I've done everything else. So I'm literally just going to turn it down on a really low heat and just leave it there. Turn it even lower. Right, just off. There we go. So it's just on. So it's going to keep it nice and warm while I do everything else. Right, next I need to chop me some pecans. I say chop, like massacre some pecans. There we go, so roughly chopped 1 cup of pecans.
Big one.
Okay. Happy? I don't know, like, I can't be bothered to measure out a tablespoon of butter, so I'm just going to put a knob of butter in the saute pan.
Hee hee.
Such a child. I don't know what a saute pan is, so I'm just using a frying pan. So, yeah. I am making the candied pecans now, which are for decoration purposes, I think, or garnishing purposes. Yeah, so I'm going to melt some butter in my saute pan, and then what am I doing? Add the pecans and cook until toasted. So let my butter melt. Sure, my butter is melted pretty much. I'm going to throw in my pecans, or knock in my pecans, and then toast them apparently. I'm toasting pecans. Who knew? Never done this in my life.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Pecan.
Pecans frying in a frying pan.
You say pecans?
Pecans.
How do you know when pecans are toasted, babe?
I don't know. How do you know when pecans are toasted?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was a punchline.
No, I was asking a serious question. I don't know how to tell if this is done.
I'll just leave them going and then...
Well, I can't, because the next step is to put stuff in with it.
Okay.
But I need to make sure that they're...
Touch one. Does it feel toasty and warm?
Yeah. I'm going to say that I've toasted my pecans. I think. Smells nice. They smell like they've cooked. So we're going to go with that. Right, next I need to add the apple juice. So this is 1/4 cup of apple juice. Woo! And 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm going to turn that down. And then cook this until a syrup forms, which I don't think is going to take very long. It does say for about 5 minutes. There we go. Give that a good stir. Smells nice, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I keep saying that and you can't smell. So it did say to add some salt to taste, so I'm literally just going to put a little bit in there. I think that's just to take away the sweetness, I think, because else this is a really sweet dish. There we go. Nearly done, I think. They look pretty candied to me. Nice and sticky. Right, so I'm just going to take these out and I'm just going to pop them in a little bowl, just because I probably should have used the smaller pan to do these with and then use this pan for the salmon. But I'm stupid, so just need to take these out. Okay, so now it's time to cook my salmon. So I'm just going to heat some oil up in my pan. We've just washed it, so if it's sizzling, that's because it's probably still a little bit moist underneath. Yeah, so just going to heat some oil up in the frying pan. Now, I've never ever cooked salmon this way. This is like Hell's Kitchen style salmon. Like, I've never cooked salmon like this. If I'm cooking salmon, I'm cooking it in the oven. I roast salmon, I don't do it like this. So I'm a little bit nervous, to say the least, and I think I put a bit too much oil in there, but never mind. Right, so what it says to do is to cook the salmon on one side and then turn it over, and then while the other side is cooking is to glaze it with this as you go. So kind of spoon it on and then kind of glaze it in the glaze, funnily enough. So yeah, now normally, well, that's just heating up a little bit. Normally while this is served on like a bed of greens with like veg and stuff when you get it in the Cellier, but we're really hungry, so we're just gonna do some straight to wok noodles to go with it. So I will do those when the salmon's pretty much done, because they don't take very long. So it's kind of like a Canadian Asian fusion dish, I think. So this salmon just came from Tesco's, from the fish counter. Other retailers are available, I'm sure. Right, so that seems nice and hot. Really think I've put too much oil in that.
It's okay.
You reckon? You know more about cooking this kind of stuff than I do. Alright, so I am going to put this on skin side down first. Yeah, that would never fit in the air. There we go. They barely fit in the big pan. They're huge bits of salmon. Goodness gracious me. Look at the size of that salmon. Right, wash my hands. Multitasking, watching the salmon, stirring the glaze, checking out my pecan. That's like a lot. I don't think we're going to even like use a spoonful of that, but you know. No idea what I'm doing. Not a clue. If you never see us again, it's because I gave us both food poisoning and we died tonight. Hashtag rest in peace in effect. This is not just any salmon. This is a Tinker Tail's maple glazed salmon. Oh, yeah, that was pretty crispy.
There you go, because that's the biggest one.
Right, you can hear me if it's very crackly. I'm just going to spoon some glaze. Get that out of the way actually. Thank you, kind helper. And put some glaze on the salmon. It does say brush it, but I'm just going to put a little bit in the pan first and then I'll do some brushing. We do like our salmon very well done. I know a lot of people might not, but like if I'm having salmon I want it pretty much cooked to death, so if you're thinking that's burnt, it's not burnt. Just how we like it. There you go. Just let the other side cook a bit now. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this one more time and glaze the bottom. The maple sort of glaze is kind of turning into treacle, but look at that, that's nice and brown. That is just the way we like our salmon. So I'm going to turn it and then start my noodles. If I can get this one turned. There we go. Give it a quick glaze. And let's start the noodles. Right. Time for some plating, hopefully. This is going to taste okay. I know what it's going to be like with the noodles. Obviously it's completely different to how you would have it at the Cellier. The salmon's the same, but the noodles are different. Right, one salmon. This is probably not to the same level as the Cellier, but hey, we'll go with it. One salmon, and another salmon, and some salmon bits. They're falling apart. There we go, you have those ones. I'm just going to put a little sprinkling of the pecans that are literally like glue, and far too many of them. There we go. Pecans. And then I'm just going to pour a little bit of glaze over the top of everything. This is probably like a really unhealthy meal because we've got no greens or anything in it like it should have, but who cares? It's for the vlog, people. There we go. Ta-da! Should you see what it tastes like? Alright, let's see what Rich, Teddy's ill, look at him, he's already in his PJs. See what Rich thinks of my effort for the maple glazed salmon. Is it cooked?
Yes.
This is the main thing. It's cooked. Is it good?
Really nice, yeah.
Is it nice?
Yep.
Does it taste like, because you tried a bit of my one in the Cellier, didn't you?
Little, but I don't remember.
No? But it's good, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, my turn. Goodness gracious, look at this. Falling apart. Oh my god. That's so good. Yay! Well, I couldn't quite finish mine because I was really full. but Richard demolished his, apart from a bit of the skin. I think we're going to chalk that up as a win, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm really hot and sweaty. It was hot in that kitchen. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I'm really impressed with myself, having never really cooked salmon like that before. Yeah, so tick. Maple glazed salmon from the Cellier EPCOT. Winning. Thank you very much, guys. I will link all the details for the recipe that I used. It was from allears.net, but I will link it down below so you can go and check it out and maybe have a go yourselves. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. Leave me a comment as always, and if you're not already, please subscribe to my diddy little channel. And yeah, most important thing, have a magical day, and I'll see you really soon. We're going to get back to the Mars Singer now. Bye!